Okay, so I'm attempting to replace the wiring harness. Follow the directions for changing out the window regulator all the way up until it said remove the actual window regulator frame itself. From there, once I release the window up, after I marked right here where I had to lower the window down to remove the two bolts that are holding the window onto the window regulator frame, or the little frame right here in there, because I need to remove the motor so I can get the wiring harness through that little small opening. I marked all the places in blue where the wiring harness connects to the frame, and that's the level the window needs to be lowered back down and then secured, so that way it'll roll up and down properly once I'm finished. I run into the problem of getting the connector pushed through the door because of you can see on the new one I have here, it's got the nice little groove where the door is going to go into, and it's kind of very hard to pull out given the small amount of space that you have in there. So I'm going to reach my arm in there, push it out, and then I should be able to disconnect this easily once I remove apparently a screw or something holding it in there that I did not know about. So see if that goes as planned. Reach the hand in there, push it out, and it does go smoothly. Something I just realized is there's another bracket or another little clip holding the wiring in there at this point here, so I'm gonna have to remove that. It'll just be as simple as pushing it in, feeding it through, so it's through now. Start feeding the wiring harness in there. I think it's an 8mm. Nope, it's an 8mm socket to take out the clip. Okay, it's out. Oh, and you can see the little rubber seal, so it's probably gonna be tough. I used a pry tool here to try to break it free. Work it around. And okay. So in order to get it out, I'm gonna have to pry the top up and then push it up, because there's a little clip down here that's gonna hold it in. To put it in, it's gonna be the exact opposite. You have to slide it in and then push it forward. So it's almost like if you ever done a radio with the little radio connector. There's this top piece is pulled in, and when you push it down, it locks in the wiring harness to the rest of the wiring harness from the chassis. If that's not the right term, forgive me, but it's coming from the body. So you have to pry that up, and then as you pry it up, it lifts away from the connector there, and so you just lift this top piece up, and just keep lifting it while you're trying to hold the rest of it still, so you can pull it out, and as you pull it out, it'll move back, and that's how you can disconnect it. And then when you put the new one in, you push it down and it'll reconnect. Okay, so I got the new harness fed through. I got this part connected into the door where I pushed down and then ran the bolt through that and screwed it into it. Fed the whole harness through the door and then pulled it to where the door frame was in that groove. Wiggled it, did not move. Once I started trying to line up all the little trim connectors, I found out it was a short one. If you look on the old harness, has one that appears to be reusable, so take that off just by lifting it up. I'm gonna put it onto the new door wiring harness, and then that should fit into that small hole right here. Like there's a big one and then a small one. That's the theory. So of special note, connect all the wiring harness up until this point here, but don't connect this last one until you get the door connector, or the connector for the door lock on there. Otherwise you're gonna have a hard time trying to maneuver it around into the very small space in there. It should just clip in. Just make sure you got the right angle before you put it on. It should just slide in and it'll lock in. So okay, so sorting pins are still intact, or the little disconnects are still intact, and now you do stick out, say about a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. So if you have your connector off and you don't see a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch of little two plastic pieces coming out there, they broke off.